The track record of video games to live action film adaptations is about as bad as, well, most other pop culture to big screen adaptations. From everything to the so bad it's nostalgic Super Mario Bros. Film, to the more recent I can't believe I spent money on this, the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, gamers have been hit in the face repeatedly with bad pie after bad pie. Directors such as Uwe Boll almost delightfully crushed the dreams of many a gaming fan by churning out low-budget affairs such as the Far Cry movie and Blood Rain. And then we get something like The Last of Us, which debuted on HBO in January of 2023, and it was downright phenomenal. So there is hope. Before we begin, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. At no cost to you, every new subscriber helps us reach our goal and keeps us motivated to create new content for you. With that being said, I'm your host, Jamie, and here is our list for 10 video games franchises deserving a live-action adaptation. Number 1. Lost Planet. Lost Planet is one of those games that scream Japanese anime culture and excellent game engineering. Set on a frozen world, you are part of an organization tasked with mining a special element, equipped with powerful mechs to haul your efforts back to base, and a sturdy machine gun to protect yourself from pirates who plan on raiding your hard day's work for an easy payday. However, there's another catch. The planet is infested with giant insect-like creatures, almost reminiscent of the bugs from Starship Troopers. With studios like Legendary behind the recent MonsterVerse films, bringing massive creatures to life in brutal fashion, it would be awesome as a summer or even winter blockbuster to watch a group of space industrialist Marines battle it out for planetary dominance. Number 2. Dead Space. Based on several classic horror film influences such as The Thing, Event Horizon, and Alien, Dead Space broke out onto the gaming landscape and terrified the masses. It follows an engineer, Isaac Clarke, on his way to fix whatever broke on a mining vessel after the comms went dead. Soon, he and his team of technicians and soldiers set foot on an eerily desolate spaceship and encounter the necromorphs, disfigured and reanimated mutant space corpses. As the plot unfolds to reveal a strange cult and an ominous artifact retrieved from a nearby planet simply called the Marker, the story is hectic and downright spine-chilling and brutally gruesome. I would love to see someone like Fede Alvarez or Neil Blomkamp tackle this particular project, bringing in the excellent CG visuals combined with gorgeous practical special effects and their character-focused storytelling abilities. While many rumors swirled around about a possible film adaptation, only an animated feature has surfaced so far as a prequel to the first game, so this is ripe territory for sci-fi horror filmmaking history. Number 3. Gears of War. Think Expendables, but in space. Gears of War is filled with so much testosterone. By the end of the first act, you'll want to be chomping on a cigar and oiling up your very own chainsaw machine gun. Spanning 7 games now in the franchise, I'd mostly like to see the very first game hit the big screen during a summer blockbuster event. Cast some of Hollywood's biggest action stars, classic and new, and give us all the rated R, body-dismembering gore we can handle. In fact, I'm dying to see someone like Arnold Schwarzenegger play General Hoffman, cigar and all, as he barks one-liners at his cogs to hold the line. For those of you who haven't played the games, it centers around a group of soldiers called the Coalition of Ordered Governments, or COG for short, as they battle a group of subterranean humanoids called the Locust. Magnificently bloody, over-the-top action set pieces. If done right, this film could sell tickets by the bucket load, especially after the disappointing year we have had. Number 4. Metal Gear Solid. Hideo Kojima is known for crafting some of the most confusing and dialogue-heavy plots in all of video game history. With this said, this game could not fit into just a 2-hour runtime. Metal Gear Solid must be adapted to a long-running series to truly explore its world and its colorful collection of characters. Starting with Metal Gear on the NES and spanning 11 entries so far, it has a wealth of stories that can be brought to our screen. Enough to last for 10 seasons at least, provided it has some good writers on board. Featuring espionage action, supernatural, and pseudo-scientific abilities, as well as a bombastic action set piece. With the right actor in the lead as Solid Snake, this could be an excellent entry for sci-fi action enthusiasts. Just maybe, leave the part with the naked Raiden running around a military base out of it. Number 5. Grand Theft Auto 5. I chose Grand Theft Auto 5 to be made into a film because its plot is fun and doesn't need to be as personally experienced as many of the other games in the series. A close contender would have been Grand Theft Auto 4, which had a brilliant look at immigration and the promises of capitalism through the eyes of its protagonist, Niko Bellic. However, Grand Theft Auto 5, with its 3 main characters, Michael, a booze-filled has-been bank robber turned state's witness, Franklin, a young gangster wannabe dreaming of the glamorous life of crime, and Trevor, a sociopathic homicidal murderer with small moments of tragic backstory and heartfelt intentions. All 3 characters are dynamic, weaving a tale of betrayal, greed, and misadventure throughout the greater narrative, and their hijinks lend themselves perfectly for a big screen adaptation. In the likes of movies such as Heat, A Dog Day Afternoon, and Reservoir Dogs, a good director with an eye for real character storytelling could make this a compelling feature to see. Number 6. Dante's Inferno. A game based on the novel Inferno by Dante Alighieri. It follows a grieving soldier as he goes through hell to rescue his wife after she committed a sin and then suicide. Now, before I get into this, there is an animated film adaptation of this game already, but this list is about live-action adaptations. As the game story progresses, Dante encounters the different levels of hell, 9 in total, and their inhabitants. Each level is based on a sin, such as greed, lust, gluttony, and so forth. Filled with grotesque imagery and some heavy action set-piece moments, this could be a unique film in the vein of something like a comic book adaptation. With someone like Guillermo del Toro at the helm and his ability to bring realistic special effects to believable life, it could be a nice addition to the horror slate during the Halloween season. Just don't hold back. Number 7. Mass Effect. Recently, a sequel to the original trilogy was announced, and I couldn't be happier. Mass Effect is a huge galactic world filled with many interesting alien races in a Star Trek meets Star Wars kind of universe. As the first game starts of hunting a typical space baddie looking to take over galactic power, we soon learn there is a larger threat on the horizon in the form of the Reapers, an ancient and powerful sentient AI race bent on wiping out all living species every few thousand years to keep the galaxy in check. Now, the game lets you choose between a male or female main character, both named Shepard, and my vote would be to bring a powerful female actress in the lead role. Prime territory for someone like Paramount Plus or HBO to turn into a long-running series. I'd love to see the first few seasons explore the game's actual narrative, and then splinter off into several different directions as the story expands and new races are added, and more of the galaxy is explored. Although I would also very much like to see events such as the First Contact War with the humans and Turians, or the Krogan decimation after the Solarians released the genophage. Number 8. Splinter Cell. Unfortunately, Michael Ironside is too old to take on the role in person as his voice has made the character iconic. Splinter Cell is a master spy series based on stories by Tom Clancy, revolving around main hero Sam Fisher, who works for the government agency Third Echelon, under the NSA. His multiple games have seen him topple dictators, stop a nuclear attack, infiltrate terrorist organizations, and more, each with a cold, calculated, assassin-like quality, not unlike another Clancy character named John Clark. Any of his stories ripe for a film adaptation. Would love to see someone like Sam Mendes tackle this production. Number 9, God of War. If you don't know who Kratos is, where have you been? Losing his family to bloodlust, betrayed by the Greek gods, destroying Mount Olympus is a vengeful rage. This is Clash of the Titans, but on a much bloodier scale, and absolutely needs the major film adaptation upgrade. A trilogy of films or more to really sink our teeth into every summer. From gods being torn apart by his very hands, to titans brought down with his blades of chaos. The story is actually deep, and especially after 2018's God of War reboot/sequel, Kratos has a very rich character history and complex development. With God of War Ragnarok having released recently, and a possible spin-off game in the works, what better way to get people excited to play the next installment than getting an eyeful of Kratos' bloodthirst on the silver screen? Number 10, BioShock. Would you kindly make this film already? While a big chunk of the video game is an exploration of video game mechanics in itself, asking why the player blindly follows some arbitrary commands from some quest giver, the world of Rapture is full of history and horror that just begs to be explored on the big screen. I don't know how well either of the game stories would translate to the film, and personally, I wasn't much of a fan of Infinite, but a film set as a prequel to the events that eventually doomed Rapture would be epic to see. The first splicers rampaging through the city, doctors proceeding with experiments, and operations on other residents, free of the constraints of modern medical practice. A utopia for the depraved and the deranged, only seeking power, pleasure, and mad genius. Someone like Peter Jackson could pull this off in visual splendor. Thanks for checking out the video. What video game would you like to see in live action? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to ring that bell icon to stay up to date with our latest releases. You can reach out to us on Twitter or X at StudiosPat, or chat with us on Discord, linked in the description. I've been your host, Jamie. Plug in, power up, and let's go.